Good morning. This is Micah Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates. Coming to you a little after 8 a.m. to take a quick look at the next 24 to 48 hours with what we can expect with rainfall and temperatures. First thing we're going to do is take a look at the radar Omega. We're looking at the St. Louis radar station, and we can see there's pretty widespread rainfall going on out in southwestern and western Illinois into northeastern Missouri. Most of this is tracking to the northeast, but we can see out here along I-70 around Effingham or so some rainfall kind of trying to push its way farther east than really what would have been expected. This will run into some drier air as it advances east, so I expect Madison County to stay dry today, but I can't totally rule out a shower or thunderstorm making it this far east. Whether rainfall and cloud cover makes it east is going to have an impact on our temperatures both today and tomorrow. So let's take a look here. None of the model data is doing well with the precipitation at all. We can see right here is the HRRR. The NAM3K is very similar. They just don't see all of the rainfall that's occurring this morning. So that's something to keep in mind. So I kind of use these more for where the precipitation might be located. You can see it has little bits out here toward Effingham, but it's got precipitation up here that doesn't exist this morning. It's missing precipitation that does exist out here. So the model data really is not very good for anything other than just to give us a slight idea of what to expect. So we'll advance this on through the morning. You can see the main precipitation shield will stay mostly in Illinois, and it'll get into northwestern Indiana. Some of that cloud deck may make it down into Lafayette. Lafayette may see some showers, just kind of hit and miss. You can see it's kind of patchy. Again, based on how underdone it is this morning, it may be underdone this afternoon for Illinois and northwestern Indiana as well. The HRRR does keep the precipitation from coming farther into eastern and east central Indiana. I think that's going to be a case, but again, cannot rule out something making it this far. Now, as we advance on into the evening hours, this initial wave pushes its way off into Michigan, northwestern Indiana, and northeastern Illinois. So they'll get some decent rainfall between today and tomorrow. We're going to largely miss out on rainfall today, so that'll keep our overall amounts lower. As we get into the overnight and early morning hours, here we are at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Precipitation begins to pick up. Again, the NAM3K kind of does something very similar. And so if this picks up and we're seeing the kind of rainfall tomorrow morning that they're seeing in Illinois today, that'll impact our temperatures tomorrow. If the rainfall fails to develop tomorrow, then our temperatures will be warmer. As we look on through, again, it's kind of hit and miss. We're at 9 a.m. tomorrow, 10, 11, noon, 1, 2, 3. And then here at 4 p.m., you can see the main line begin to develop. There are two fronts that will come through the area. This will be the front that will bring the wind shift and begin to drop our temperatures. And that front then here at 6 p.m., you can see the HRRR has some healthier storms. At this point, I don't expect severe, but I've had gusty storms potential in the forecast since tomorrow first came into our forecast last week. And I will leave that there because localized cell with some damaging winds can't be ruled out. Most of the severe dynamics appear they will be off into the like Ohio and Pennsylvania, eastern Kentucky area. But we'll monitor this as tomorrow develops because, again, if we can get some early afternoon sunshine tomorrow and build some instability, then that'll increase severe chances. If it stays cloudy, temperatures stay lower, instability stays lower, then our severe chances will be minimal. at this point, not expecting any kind of tornadoes or anything like that. If anything happens, it will probably just be relegated to wind damage. But again, we'll have to monitor how things actually play out tomorrow. That then presses on through, and there'll be just some isolated showers and storms into the very early hours of Thursday before this moves on out. Temperature-wise, I'm going to take a look here at the high-res European. This is this afternoon. It's got us in the mid-70s. Most model data has us in the mid-70s here in Madison County. You can see the higher temperatures, closer to 80 back into southern Illinois. If we stay sunny today, I think these might be underdone. Yesterday overachieved a little bit, and I think if we stay sunny today, with some of the pressure and wind compression that might be occurring, if we're going to hit 80 degrees, it might happen today. That's not saying we will hit 80. Mid to upper 70s seems the most likely, but if we're going to hit 80 degrees in Madison County, today is probably when it will happen. And then as we get into the overnight into early tomorrow morning, the European keeps us right around 60 degrees. I think that's probably the case. If we got some rainfall, it might be a touch cooler. We'll just have to see how that plays out. And then I went with the European because I just think it's doing better with the high temperatures. It's tended to overdo the low temperatures, so that's something to keep in mind. It's tended to be too warm with overnight lows, but it's done pretty well with the high temperatures. And so again, tomorrow, ahead of the front, you can see the front kind of hanging back here. We would then push into the mid-70s tomorrow before the front begins to push through. So that's where I'm going to leave things right now. I'll update as needed. And, we just have to see how the way precipitation plays out today versus model data will maybe give us a better idea of what to expect tomorrow. I will go, let's see here. I should have had this ready, but total QPF. Let's take a look at the HRRR and see what it had for us. You can see that it really chokes off most of the precipitation. You can see where the heaviest goes through, where they get 2 rounds today and tomorrow in northwestern Indiana. And it's got them in a half to maybe 3/4 of an inch. Got Madison County in the 1/4 to half inch. That's probably okay on a widespread amount. I wouldn't rule out some localized higher amounts. So I'm going to leave things there, and we'll update as needed. This is Micah Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates. Have a great day.